News broke, Kevin Durant will be staying with the Brooklyn Nets after all the offseason drama, all the trade rumors, all the fancy trades that everyone was making, all the fans, all the analysts. It all goes down the drain. Kevin Durant will remain with the Nets. They put the statement out. I don't know if this is a permanent fix. Durant, obviously, he's under contract for 4 more years, include this next season and then 3 after that. So maybe this isn't a permanent fix, but at least seems that next season, KD's going to be playing with the Nets. I'm very happy about this. I was in I don't know if I was in the minority or not, but I was definitely in the camp that the Sixers should not be trying to trade for Durant. And ultimately, I thought most teams, except the Suns, I thought the Suns were a really good fit with Durant because I think the timeline they're on with Chris Paul, Kevin Durant would have fit in seamlessly. But Memphis, us, Boston, all these teams I thought should have had no part in trying to trade for Durant. And I'm very happy with how this worked out. I think it helps the Sixers long term because we're not going to give up a bunch of stuff for an aging, I know he's still very good, but an aging player who's dealt with a lot of injuries, just like our other two star players, Embiid and Harden. We didn't need all three of our main guys to be injury prone to a degree. The other thing is, this helps the Sixers next year. The Nets still have tons of dysfunction. The Kyrie situation, which I think Kyrie's going to play a lot more next year. All this COVID stuff is pretty much out of the picture. But Kyrie's still an unpredictable guy, and he also has an injury history himself. So that's a situation that will need to be cleared up. And of course, Ben Simmons, which we know the Nets still don't really know what his situation is. Whoever that second starting forward opposite KD is, whether it's Ben Simmons or even TJ Warren. If Ben Simmons for some reason can't play, then TJ Warren's going to have to step up, and he hasn't played in 2 seasons due to foot injuries. So I think the Nets still have a lot of question marks. And I don't think they're a top 3 team in the East next year. They're going to be heard from. They got very good players in Kyrie and KD. But I think this is great news for the Sixers. And let's just be honest. We should be very happy with how this Nets situation worked out instead of complaining that we didn't get Durant. Because look at the guy behind me, James Harden. This entire Nets situation is such a train wreck. And we got to recognize how lucky we got that we were able to trade Ben Simmons for James Harden. Apparently now Harden and KD have made up. But it doesn't matter because it looks like KD will be staying with Brooklyn. We have to appreciate the team we have now. And even if Harden, even if he is declining, even if the hamstring doesn't revert to its, healthy state, I still feel like we really won the trade. We know Harden's going to be better than Ben. And ultimately, in my opinion, I think the Sixers are ultimately going to be better than the Brooklyn Nets next season. So I'm excited to see what happens with the Sixers next year. I think we're in a good spot. And I wouldn't want to give up Maxey, Tobias, and whatever else, a bunch of picks, etc., for Durant when that window would have been so much smaller.